All right, so what we have here is my favorite snake. I have two snakes, and black milk snake. Can't show you that one yet because he is in a temporary enclosure. It's a bin. It's like a big storage bin, pretty big, but nonetheless, it is a temporary enclosure, and it is not ready for viewing because doesn't look like this. When you look at this, you can see this, and I can look right into this enclosure and be transported, bringing wildlife, a slice of nature, into my home. Here we have my beautiful Northern Pinesnake, Esther. She's a female. She's black and white. And in the wild, you know what's interesting? In the wild, you find them just like this in the New Jersey Pine Barrens. You find them just like this. They're probably more of a creamy white than this. This one was, bred in captivity, born in captivity. A woman named Summer from Summer Snakes in Utah. She was born over there in captivity out of the egg. And I've had her since she was 5 months old. She could fit in the palm of my hand like nothing. Now she's much bigger. And she's going to be 9 months old. She's not even a full year yet. And you may notice here, everything looks natural. These are even hollow rocks. I used to have a slightly bigger one than this. She used to fit in, and now she can't. They're hollow so they can go underneath, and they're also makes it really light. She's very tame. In the wild, this probably wouldn't be happening. Probably be turning around and running away, or squaring up kind of like a rattlesnake and hissing loudly. But here in captivity, she doesn't do that. Now, what I was beginning to say, you may notice that everything looks very natural. She even got a cave back there. It goes pretty deep. She can go behind there and hide behind that this plant other way. Behind that plant, that's set this up this way. That's the only thing. I don't really like the way it looks, but that's what do you call it? A probe, and that's for the heat that's up there, heat lamp. But what I was gonna say, you may notice that she is in this plastic little bin, and it's what it has. This is sphagnum moss, natural, and it's damp. This is her humid hide. I'm trying to come up with a way to incorporate a humid hide that doesn't look like that. For me, there's nothing wrong with this at all. If you keep your snake have a humid hide like this, there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly fine. It's gonna do the job 100% perfectly. It just doesn't go with my theme, the way that I have my own things here. I like everything to be very natural. Like if you're looking into this pine snake's habitat, and see the pine needles, pine cones. These are artificial pine cones, not the real ones. So I need to do something like that. And there she goes off into that cave, like I said. Now she's leaving it. She just ate. So she ate a rat, an adult rat actually. She's already eating adult rat. She's only 9 months old, and she's already eating an adult rat. A small one, but it's an adult. It's not like a rat pup, or a rat, weaned rat. It's a small rat. She takes it down, like, it takes her, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, but she can see that her scales are not fully spread apart, like if she was like ready to pop or anything. So it's a small size rat, adult size rat, size small. They can take it down. She can take it down like nothing. It's pretty incredible. But look how long she is. So you see the length with her. This is a 2 feet by 2 foot by 2 foot enclosure. She's last I measured her shed, and now a shed is not 100% accurate. It's approximate because it's spread out, stretched out. So it's not actually the exact size, but it's very close. The shed that she last shed was 42 inches. So she's 42 inches. Last time I measured her shed, she was 36 inches. The one last before that, 36 inches, and now she's 42 inches, which is, she's growing like fast. She's a fast grower, man. There's the sphagnum moss. It's just damp. It's incredible though. These snakes, my goodness. I am gonna do a better video later on about explaining this species of snake to to everyone. But for now, this is what I got. Just a short little video sharing the Northern Pinesnake. It's beautiful, and I love this pattern so much. There's so many other colors though. I mean, I thought that at first this is the one that I like. I wouldn't want any other one. But then when you look at other people's snakes, pine snakes, there's a brother named Michael Holland, and he's on Clear Brooks Exotics, and he has a Mexican pine snake, and the colors on that, man, and even the gopher, I think he has a gopher snake as well. And when he shows that off, there's a photo he had put, and he's holding it in his hand, and it's wrapped like 1, 2, 3, right? And in his hand, it looks like as if he's holding 3 different snakes in his hand, because the pattern, it starts one way in one color, and then the second round of the second coil in his hand is like a different color, gradually just different. It's gradual, but at the same time it just looks completely different. The middle section of that snake's body looks so different than the first part of the neck, and then the tail, and it's all keeled, but it just looks amazing, and it's incredible. So this is a unique, man. I just, one video of this talking about this is just not going to suffice. It's just a unique species of snake, and fast becoming probably my favorite snake in the world. But definitely as a pet, this is my favorite snake. And Michael talks about this too, the brother from Clear Brooks Exotics, and he also has a black milk snake. I think he has a corn snake as well. And if I were to choose one, if someone were to tell me to choose one, the black milk snake or the pine snake, if you could only have one, I'm saying without a doubt, without hesitation, the Northern Pinesnake would be the one I'm going to choose. That's the one that I'm going to stay with forever. That's the one. If I could only have one, it would be that one. But I like the black milk snake as well. It's beautiful. It's so, the iridescent color, is scales. That's another one. We'll do another video on that, because to talk about that is also fascinating. My goodness, the black milk snake goes against pretty much anything that you think of snakes, anything that you know of. Just throw that out the window. When you think of a snake, okay, what do I have to supply with heat? It has to have heat. It has to have maybe UVB at, give it optional UVB. It needs warmth, it needs heat to be able to digest that food. It also has, looking at the size of the snake, it probably doesn't weigh that much. All that, it goes against the grain. It goes against the grain of all of that. So look at this. It's a snake. It doesn't need a lot of heat to digest its food. And some may think, well, since they're a cooler species, they don't grow that fast. Wrong again. They grow wicked fast. And they don't even have a lot of heat. Another thing, the digesting the food. Oh, well, it's a cooler snake, so it's probably going to take longer to digest the food. Wrong again. It'll digest it just as fast, if not faster, than a snake that has warmth and a lot of heat. And what's the other one? Oh, the size of it. You look at it and you think it doesn't weigh that much for the way that it looks. But when you pick it up, you're like, this thing weighs more than I thought it would. Like, for a snake this size, you wouldn't think, when you're about to pick it up, it doesn't look like it's going to weigh that much. But you're wrong again. You say, whoa, this snake has a lot of weight for the way that it looks. It weighs more than you think it would look, that you think it does, because of the way it looks. But it also is dense, and I think the reason for that is the black milk snake is a snake that is dense. It is thick, robust. It is a snake that is, I think it's just all muscle. That's what it is. It's just all muscle, so dense. Yet it is a gentle giant. It is so calm, and that's saying something, because the black milk snake is technically a king snake. It's in the king snake family. but it doesn't behave like one. I mean, it eats like one, but it doesn't behave like one in the sense like it's always trying to eat you. You know, king snakes have a reputation for biting, you know, trying to eat your finger all the time. You know, one way or another, at some point, if you own a king snake, in general, there are outliers, of course, you're gonna try to be eaten by one. Now they can't eat you, of course, you know, but they're gonna try to. But at some point or another. But the black milk snake, again, it goes against all of those things that you might expect from a king snake, let alone a colubrid in general. Just a cooler species. It doesn't even like it hot. It just doesn't like it hot. It comes from Costa Rica, Panama, and they're in the cloud forests, and they're just amazing. We'll talk about that in another video. Anyway, this is about my Northern Pinesnake, Esther, and yeah, gonna try to figure out something about this. I like it. Like it's even just the breeze and ease of here. Put this in here. I just put a hole in there, and look at how easy this is. And again, I get it. I get why people keep them in you know, in these humidity bins, humid hide, because you're trying to, yeah. Right there, see, look, she's in there, and when I see her, I mean, look at her colors. Her colors are just incredible. You just saw when she's in here, it's easy to know that she's in there, and she does use this. Ever since I put it in here, she uses it. I've been seeing her in here pretty much every single day, but then she alternates. She wants to get warm, and she just ate, and that's the heat is right here. So this whole area, like right here, is very warm. Like right, put my hand here, and that's warm, and of course, the closer, yeah, it's warm there. When she wants to cool, she either can come through here and just maybe just rest right here, but she also may go in here. And this is the great thing about giving them the option. Like the whole section here doesn't need to be humid. Just this little pocket of you know, this little, basically in the wild, this would act as if it was like a little burrow or something, and we're kind of replicating that here. I know, like through this, but still, you are replicating it. And they go in through there, and the sphagnum moss, damp, but not, you know, dripping wet, just damp. You squeeze all the water out and then put it in here, a clump of that, and spread it out. And then she comes in here, and she just coils up all through, like her whole body coils up here like that. And you can see, I walk into my room, and I look into the enclosure. I see her, boom, immediately right there. I can see her, and that's so convenient that I can just do this, blop, and take that other one off, blop, and I lift up the lid. It's so easy. It's just the convenience and the ease to just be able to, you know, if I need to take her out for anything, if I just want to see her, view her, it's just easy to do it. Whereas like right there, when she's in there, it's hard for me to get to her. I can get to her, like, but I'll have to move this cork log out over here. Then I have to dig out some of the substrate so I can be able to like grip her underneath. Because when I don't do that, she actually will press her body up against the roof of this little cave, and she puts herself so tight that she's strong. And there's something similar to what they do in the wild, because it's been reported that in the wild, if they don't grab their prey right away with their mouth, like rodents, they will use their body to press up against the rodent, against the roof of that burrow or that tunnel, or against the wall of that tunnel, and just, you know, basically squeeze it that way to suffocate it and kill it and then eat it. So she does something similar, not to try to eat me or anything, but simply like to hold herself in there. She'll press up her body against the roof of that, and she makes herself so tight and hard that I don't want to pull her. And I guess technically I still could pull her out, but I don't want to hurt her or anything. So when she does that, okay, you don't want to come out, I'll see you later. That's pretty much it. But if I needed to, absolutely, I just move the log over, and the substrate, because there's a lot of substrate, I can move it out the way, create like a little dome there, and then I can scoop her, and I can pull her out. But I tend not to bother her too much if she is over there. But normally, like, she is in there, she uses all this. Basically, she uses all of this space. She uses it all. She's back there. She's over here. There's also a ledge, so she can get up on this ledge as well. She gets up on here too, and she's climbing around. But she gets on that ledge. She coils up there too. She uses it all. She comes through here. she doesn't use the branch too much. She's come like across it here. She's come up and over here like that, but she doesn't stay on it. She just goes over it, if anything. But that's good. Even if she doesn't use it, it's fine. It looks great, and it's there when she wants to kind of go over it. And when she's in shed, she rub against this, just like these rocks and the rock wall over there. So yeah, and then she of course uses this. She goes in there, and that's a humid hide, and it works fantastic. I mean, I actually do like it a lot. The only thing is, it just, like I said, it doesn't fit. It's like if somebody littered out in the wild, like somebody just threw plastic out in the habitat. That's what it looks like to me. So that's why I don't like it, for that reason. Aside from that, this works perfectly. If you use this is probably the best way to have perfect sheds for your snake. So nothing against that. It's simply a preference thing. For me, I just like it all, the natural look. An exhibit. It's like my exhibit. So it's an exhibit for me to look at, as if you were in a zoo. In a zoo, this is what you look at in the zoo. You don't see just a snake in a box in a zoo. You see this. So that's what I'm going for here. But yeah, it's great. She's fantastic. This is my favorite snake. I love her so much. She's just great, man, for so many different reasons. I can go on and on. I'm already going 16 minutes in, but I can truly go on and on. Her personality, she's just very relaxed snake. She moves, like she definitely cruises around. And even when I take her out, she cruises around. But there's some days where she just kind of just rests on my, I just have her, on my right here like this, and she's just like cuddled up there just like that, and she, her head's probably like against my hand here, and she's just that's substrate, by the way. She's just just sitting. Her lifts up her head, and she's just looking around. She's just like looking around like that and flicking her tongue, but she just stays just like that, she stays just like that. It's pretty cool how she is. And other days she wants to explore, and I let her explore. I take her out on my bed, I let her move around on my bed. So she likes all that. I give her a lot of attention. She's definitely a spoiled snake, and the black milk snake is as well. I can't wait for his enclosure to get here. It's gonna be same one as this one. It's gonna be bigger because he's already 4 feet long. So he'll have a Toad Ranch enclosure as well. That's what this company is. And in my opinion, the best reptile enclosures out there. In my opinion, I believe they are the best. Are there other enclosures out there that can give you the same results as, like, as far as PVC? It looks like wood. It looks like it has wood grain, but it's actually not. It's PVC. Are there other enclosures that can give you the same thing with all this PVC and like have great humidity, have great temperatures and all this? Absolutely. But are there any out there that look as good as a Toad Ranch enclosure? In my opinion, no. Toad Ranch is number one. But anyway, to each their own. And of course, this has to do with your funds, what you can afford, and that's all fine. And I think for when some snakes are young, and even when they get a good decent size, maybe 2 feet, 3 feet, they may still do good in like storage containers, depending how you have it set up. They have to be large, of course, but then it reaches a point where they just get too big, and they shouldn't be in this anymore. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is just about me, my pine snake, and what I've done. And I guess I'll do a couple more of these. It depends. And really, this is just more for my records. Look back on this. But yeah, there you have it. Esther is tucked in there. Give you one last look at her before we leave. And let's see. Yeah, she's kind of coiled up in there. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see her now. She's coiled up in there. All right. Well, shalom, and we'll see you next time.